All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Yeah, I actually listened to my live stream, and to my surprise, I was echoing big time, man. Black Guy 9 tried to tell me too, and I'm not for sure what have happened. I may have an idea. I may have had another app open, and it might have multiplied on my audio, which is a surprise to me. But right now, I'm just over here, ladies and gentlemen, just, doing this test. This is just a test to see if this particular live stream is working. I'm not going to be on here all day. I'm just doing something as of right now. So other than that, just waiting on someone to come into the room so that therefore they can basically be able to tell me, do I sound a lot better? Man, boy, I messed up, man. I had my whole flow. Everything, man. Bad audio, man. I'm going to have to start looking. I'm going to have to start asking you guys before I even get started and stuff. But I just want to say again, this is my 4K camera and things, so you guys will be able to see me in all of the detail and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, I'm just testing it. Just testing it to see how the quality is, how it is and stuff. So, yeah. No wonder my views were so low. Bad audio. Let that be a lesson to you guys if you're doing if you're content creating. I'm so used to my stuff being spot on, but you have those days when it comes down to technology. But at any event, yeah. So we're gonna see what's going on here. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So so with the live stream though, so I just wanted to do a test. So I'm about to get off right now. Just wanted to do a test, ladies and gentlemen, and things. So I'm gonna try to come on here either later tonight or tomorrow. But before I go, how do the audio sound now? Does the audio sound a lot better? Let me know. Let me see here. I just want to test it and check. We're back. Yeah, Black Guy 9, is it sounding better? Is the audio sounding a lot better? And you said we back now, but I just want to make sure. Because I listened to it on on my other feed. Woo, it's bad, man. Sounds like it's still, okay, it sounds like it's so echoing. Still echoing? Okay, still echoing right now? That's what Tiffany says, that I'm still echoing. Am I still echoing? All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute that one. Tell me if I'm echoing now. I just muted something. So tell me if I'm echoing now, though. I think I found out where the problem is. It wasn't at first. Okay, is it still echoing now? Because I think I found out where it was going. Much better now. Okay. Yep, I think I found out where the problem is and things. I had my my multi-channel on. What's going on with you, Lincoln? All right, you said it's a lot better now. Okay, that's cool. Yep. All right. Yeah, it happens with technology sometimes, man. It ain't always guaranteed, but it does happen, It does happen. But yeah, though, so man, I had a good show on my other one, man. Oh man, it's perfect. Yeah, thanks, Black Guy 9. Yeah, I know exactly what's wrong with that. Okay. All right. Yep, that's cool though, Main thing is you guys can hear me a lot better. Far as with the audio is concerning. Yeah. Sounds great. I just liked the channel. I appreciate it, Bernie Bell. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yep, I appreciate it. I labeled this title as a test, So I think I understand and know why it was doing what it's been doing. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Man, I done ran a lot of people out of here. I thought it was because of Trump, but other than that, no, it wasn't that. It was the other situation, man. Oh my goodness, man. But that's all right though. Mm-hmm. That is all right. Okay, let's go ahead. Yep. But I welcome you guys back to the channel and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I welcome you guys back to the channel. Yep. Yeah, but other than that, though, ladies and gentlemen, though, yeah, so that's just been mainly it there. Mm-hmm. You guys can see me from the bottom and say, we love our president. Thank you, Mr. Milky. Yep, Mr. Milky and things. You're rocking and rolling now. Thanks, Black Guy 9. I appreciate it, man. You guys have to be my ear. I should have listened to you, though, bro, man. My apologies, man. I should have listened to you earlier. Let me see here. Sending hate from Cincinnati. Oh yeah, you talking about this Carmelo? Yeah, man, that Austin Metcalf, that situation, man. I talked about that on my live stream too, and stuff though. But yeah, it's just really, really senseless, man. It's a situation that shouldn't have even escalated like that. I mean, it really shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? It should not have escalated like that though, too. But yeah, though, this is my other camera. Y'all like my other angle? Oh man. Yeah, it's my other angle right here. Mm-hmm. Yep, my other angle. Yeah, on this particular camera anyway, though. So, yeah, though, it's something else, boy. I tell you, it shouldn't have happened. It shouldn't have happened. Let me see here. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I hadn't had that faded out enough, but that should be better, guys. Let me see here. Nope. Right. Let me see here. Thought we had that faded. Okay, I got myself totally faded out. Okay, yep. But yeah, though, ladies and gentlemen, though. So that's the thing about it, though. Yep, man. Looks like a DJ. I know, right? Yeah, with that angle down, man. You see that in the radio stations too. Yep, that's my other camera. Gotta change up the angle a little bit. And then this is my old camera here too, which is still trusty. That's my Canon. I was using my Canon camera for a long time as a webcam. So yeah, but this one is definitely 4K. Mm-hmm. Trump is a goddamn, oh my goodness, man. Man, Damien, no, Damien says, you have, what is it, 77 million plus, let me correct you, that voted for Trump, right? 77 million plus who voted for Trump, right? And we will take the midterms. Did y'all hear that the RNC is hosting and about to do a rally? This is how important it is, man. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to show up at that the RNC, man, because this is how powerful it is right now. Mm-hmm. He says Trump hates black folks. Wake up! No, he does not. You mean to tell me all these black folks that Trump hate? No, he don't. And I met Don Jr. so that you I know you don't know this, but I actually have met Don Jr. as well. I met a lot of people. Corey Landowski. You want to sit up here and try to call these people. You don't even know them. You just over here listening to propaganda, Damien. You sound like an idiot, man. You just over here just repeating propaganda stuff, man. You don't know what you're talking about. I got a whole group of people, a crew of people and more that are black, white, and other. Nobody's going to back no damn racist. Wake yourself, wake your behind up. Your party, your Democrat party, is the racist. Look at the black community. It's the racist. Look at the crime-infested neighborhoods, dilapidated neighborhoods, right? Look at the disenfranchisement, right? Underserved communities, right? And you want to sit up here trying to throw stones, right? You voted Democrat all your life and you didn't get anything in return from it. That's why you angry right now, right? They don't build. You don't have no businesses. Businesses, a lot of them have left. The only thing you have is a Popeyes, a Wendy's, a Burger King, McDonald's, and stuff like that. And some maybe a couple of those Family Dollars and Dollar Trees and pay in advance. We know that's what they have in the so-called black community ghettos that was created by the Democrat rats, KKK rats, right? You know you can't defend against this, Damien. You know what I'm saying? You should be ashamed of yourself staying on the Democratic slave plantation. As long as I vote blue, and when you blow, and here's the thing about it, Damien, when you vote blue, you are through, right? That's exactly what it is. Wake up, stupid. You got to wake up, man, and smell the coffee. You've been lied to. You've been hoodwinked. And you also have been bamboozled. You know there's nothing but crime, violence, and drugs, black on black crime, right? And who orchestrated all that? It was coming from the left. And that is a fact, Jack, right? You coming in here all upset, throwing blame over here, believing in the phony media, believing in the lies that you have actually watched and so forth, and knowing damn well this man is getting this country together, and he not only that he's good for black folks, he's good for many ethnic groups in this country, right? Talking about he's racist and stuff, man. I tell you, man. Let me see. Yeah, Mr. Milky says, Mr. Mikey, I'm sorry. Mr. Mikey says Trump has done more for blacks than any Democrat ever. Exactly. And I'm going to tell you what those are for Damien and others that don't believe us, right? The first thing is stopping the border, because this affects everybody, right? Stopping these illegals coming in here, stopping the drugs that's coming in here, right? That's the first thing, right? Well, let's talk about the black community. Didn't he stop the crime and violence over there in D.C.? I'm talking about Washington, D.C. We talking about Memphis, Tennessee. You can walk down Memphis, Tennessee without no problems at all, man, cleaning these places up. This is a start, because there's going to be some other things. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it right now. I got to bring this thing up here. Hold on for a minute. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Give me one moment, ladies and gentlemen. Stay right there, Damien, because maybe you'll learn something, man. That's what I want Damien to learn something, man, instead of just running his mouth and just putting out propaganda. Hold on for one moment. Let me see here. Let me see here. Just give me one moment, Damien and company. There it is right here. It's called the Platinum Plan. Oh, my goodness. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and pull this back up, though, too. And I said one day that I really wanted to talk about this. Give me one moment. All right. Go ahead and put this one up over here, too. Because that way Damien can learn something. You know, he may not, though. Because, see, again, when you really have this Trump derangement syndrome stuff, you just can't get through to some of these people. But let me go and enlarge in it. There it is right here. Some of you guys may know. This was the Platinum Plan that many Democrats blocked. They didn't want this, right? It's called the Platinum Plan, the President Trump's pillar. When we talk about opportunity by achieving historical employment levels for Black Americans, as well as increasing access to capital for new businesses. President Donald Trump has committed to ensuring all Black Americans can achieve the American dream. This is still on the plan, man. Security, right? By signing into law, they'll celebrate the First Step Act. Some of these things have already been implemented. President Trump has brought common sense criminal justice reform to American people for the first time in decades, while ensuring that our streets and communities are safe from families and business owners. He's actually done that in a couple of states. Prosperity. Stuff just takes time. as the first president to provide a long-term funding for historically black colleges, which he have already done, the universities and administration continues to seek immediate and generational advancement for black Americans. Y'all remember when Trump had did that by donating, what was it? I think it was $350 million, right? It's like 109 historical black, colleges across the United States, right? And Trump outdid Obama. Obama only gave like 10 million, I believe, but Trump gave 360 million, right, for the historical colleges, right? A racist would not do this. But let me go ahead and bust him up some more here. Fairness. And let's go back to the First Step Act, right? With the Prison Reform Act. There was about 92% of blacks that was incarcerated, that they were released, they got a pardon. Kodak Black was one of them, sir, right? So for you to sit up here and call this man a racist, see how I'm just destroying your narrative with the false lies that you spit out your damn mouth? Shit, even Jack Johnson got a pardon, and he's been gone for over 100 years about, right? What about the fairness as it demonstrated through his actions to initiate investment in the opportunity zones? You guys remember that, as well as address health disparity, wage gap, and necessary education reforms. President Trump worked every day to advance a fair and just American for black communities. This is exactly what it is. President Trump promised to black Americans over 4 years increase access to capital in the black communities by almost $500 billion. These things are going to happen, sir, right? 3 million in new jobs for the black community, creating 500,000 new black-owned businesses, increasing access to the capital in black communities by almost 500 billion, safe urban neighborhoods with highest policing standards, committed to working on the Second Step Act, access to better education, jobs, and training, right? Give black churches the ability to compete for federal resources for their communities, right? No longer would they have to be dependent on the Democrat Party, right? They don't need to depend on the Democrat Party. You know why? Because the Democrat Party just used them, right? They don't offer any types of benefits whatsoever, right? This is what we call free. Trump is freeing blacks off of the Democratic slave plantation. Bring better and tailored health care to address historic disparity. You know what that means? This is coming from the Democrats when it came down to bring better and tailored health care. This stuff is already happening. Address historic disparities. Immigration policies that protect American jobs, right? That include you, Damien, right? Advance home ownership opportunities and enhance financial literacy in the black community, right? A racist would not do this, Damien, right? Onshoring manufacturing to advance jobs and develop opportunities for black-owned businesses. He's already been onshoring. Trump has brought in $8.4 trillion already. If you wasn't so much of a coward, you could look this stuff up. I mean, you already seeing this is the policy that I'm looking at right now, right? I didn't create this. This came under the Trump administration. This was created back in 2016, sir, right? Look at the black economic empowerment and access to capital. Jobs, 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 right? He says that and I'm talking about this is years back, but these policies are being brought out to reach even greater levels of historic employment and wage growth, right? For the black community set back in 2019 so that everyone's looking for a job gets one. Seek infrastructure funding that will lead to widespread growth, right, in the annual 500 billion federal contracting opportunities. This is gold for you too, over there though. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a minute. Lou Hawk Art, this gold for you as well, man. I ain't making this up. I want you to do your research. I'll send you the link. I'll do you one better. Read it for yourself and stop allowing the DMs and the phony media distort and lie to you. Grow minority-owned businesses with additional tax cuts to stimulate hiring investments, right? This is a policy, sir, right? That you already saying. That's what I'm saying. This is a policy. So every time you can't even prove anything, you just saying, oh, Trump is a racist. I'm giving you all kind of stuff right here that you can look up. Encourage onshoring and development with domestic manufacturing to increase supply chain businesses or business development and employment. Examine barriers to employment and including fees and occupational licensing, arrest records, accuracy, and expungement, sir. Racists would not do this. You know where all this stuff is coming from? You remember Ice Cube's contract to America, sir? The president that did not look at the contract to America under who? Under Ice Cube was Joe Biden. Look it up, right? The president that was willing to look at what Ice Cube had to offer was Donald J. Trump, sir. So everything you saying out your fat mouths is a lie. That's why I wear this hat. See how ignorant you are? See how stupid you are, right? I was waiting to catch myself some more ninjas, and I did. Don't you feel foolish? You probably still on that BS, still talking that crap, right? I'm over here looking at a policy. Things are happening, right? You didn't get nothing when you was voting Democrat. We know why. Still in the hood, still behind bars. You got to protect your home, right? You have bang, bang, shoot, shoot, drugs and everything else. Man, please, man, right? We talking about increasing activity in the opportunity zones, including benefits for local hires. Invested almost $2 billion towards broadband and internet access to create job opportunities, improve classrooms, connectivity, and the ability to utilize telehealth services. You have this now, sir. What the hell is this guy talking about? You have access to teleservices, right? You're looking at a slew of policies that not only benefit America, but is also benefiting the black community. $500 billion was set aside programs to help boost and push and to get black communities back in order. You didn't get any of this as a Democrat. Not one thing. You can't name it. If you bring your behind up here, we'll just, boy, I tell you, you don't want this. You don't want these problems. You don't want this debate. You don't want these problems. Fueling access to capital for black-owned businesses, right? This is what's going on, right? If you wake up your eyes, talking about this man is a racist. This is why the guy said he done more for the black community than any other president. And this is proving it, right? Because we have looked at the empowerment things. Look at all these brothers. 92% of them was incarcerated, and most of them were black, man. Got expungements and pardons and everything. You over here just running your fat mouth. Man, you and Lou Hawk should be ashamed of yourself. I'm talking about the blacks that come in here talking about I'm a sellout. You don't even know the policies. And y'all remember when Ice Cube went to the president because Joe Biden said, I'll look at it after I win the presidency. He wasn't even willing to look at it. You know who looked at it was Trump. Trump looked at it, right? In his first presidential, when he was serving America, right? Presidency, 2016, 17, 18, and 19, sir. Boy, I tell you, man, look at this stuff, man. It don't make any sense. I should say 17, 18, and 19. But it don't even make any sense, though, right? because he was sworn in and everything in one, right? What about fueling access to capital for black businesses, as I already read? Increase opportunities for small business, leading in technical assistance through community development, right? Financial institutions in order to grow business and create generational wealth opportunities with over 400 billion in lending, right? Boy, I tell you, see, this busts up all that racist crap. He can't give me one thing that Trump did to stop the black progress of success. Man, can't name one thing. Just running his mouth. You ain't think yet, see, you got caught, right? Examine alternative ways to build credit using rent, utilities, and phone bills. They have that now. There's programs out there to help people get their credit when you're paying your bills. See, they don't know. See, I told you I was going to catch them. When you come in here, I destroy your narrative on Trump being a racist. You no match for me. I got this whole policy here, right? They ain't made up. What I'm reading right now, it's been slowly been introduced, and I can prove it. There's some things out here right now that they have. What's that thing where you can borrow and stuff and pay on your own terms and all that stuff? Man, they got so many things. Make the minority business development agencies permanent. Appoint its leader to assistant security of commerce, right? Level. Create a sub-office of African American affairs and engage with private sector advisors to ensure the real world plans and solutions, right? Increase the number of black-owned contracting businesses, right? We're talking about financial services, entitles, right? And a private equity investment fund through regulations, reforms, and up to $40 billion in government funding alongside traditional private investments, right? Advanced lending relationships with the financial institutions, right? Look at what they had. And we're talking about businesses who weren't able to participate in the PPP, right? This is how you know it's a little dated. But some of these programs are coming in before a lot of them just went in there and abused that PPP system. But host senior executives from major financial institutions on quarterly basis to advance new and equitable lending programs for black communities. These things are going on and still going on. A lot of this stuff was taken from Ice Cube's Contract to America. And some of you guys remember that. And I got Ice Cube's Contract to America. Do you want me to pull that up too? Because I can, right? I got his program, and what y'all see is the Trump Platinum Plan, right? If you were to Google it right now, it will come up, just like I did, right? More education opportunities. Educational African Americans can choose federal, state, and local community partnerships to close failing schools to replace it with a full school choices and education opportunities to put American parents back into school. He's done that already. Trump has ended the government educate. You know what I'm talking about. The government, Department of Government Education. There we go. He gotten rid of all that. He took it out of this control from the federal level and gave it back to the state, right? Where parents have school, they have choices now, right? This stuff is it's happened. What these people talking about, right? Don't you look really foolish? Because you haven't told me one thing about Trump being a racist. You can't prove it. You don't have anything. And if you had it, guess what? It's a lie. It's made up. You got more with Trump than you ever have with being a Democrat. That's a fact. Look at this. Education, right? African Americans can afford. Continue to protect the vital role of historically black colleges and universities. Trump have already done that. Allocated or donated 300 and $50 million. It was something of that number. It was a high amount of money. 109 black universities, right? Historical black colleges all across the United States. They got the money, sir. Right? Look at this. Spur innovation, right? Ecosystems by connecting minority institutions with the federal government. Broad range of scientific and engineering research and development, right? Increase the amount of Pell Grants and allow for vocational employment and second change home corners, right? Comers. Look at this. And he's doing this stuff. Advanced targeted apprenticeship and job training programs. They're bringing that stuff in already. It's already here, right? That's the reason why he had to get these illegals out of here. Illegals does not make Trump a racist. It makes Trump a patriot, and it makes Trump a person who love and care about America. Because if these illegals kept coming in, your black behind wouldn't have no damn job. You'll be crying about that. Don't you look foolish? Don't you look silly right now, right? Better and cheaper health care, affordable care you can trust, right? Reducing the costs, right? Improving access to quality health care through HRSA. You know who's over all that? Is who? RFK Jr., right? Look at things that have been turning around now, right? Getting rid of all these GMOs out of our foods. We got soda pop that's coming from Mexico right now. The Coca-Cola brothers, the Pepsi and so forth. They already agreed that they're going to start putting cane sugar back into the soda pop because the crap that they were using, high fructose corn syrup and all this other stuff, man. Can't you see we are winning? We ain't losing. When the Dems were in power, they didn't give a damn. They kept shortcutting, got plastic bottles. You know that stuff is dangerous. We talking about microplastics, man. Look at this. Look at this here. Deliver real price transparency so that you know the cost before care is received. That's what I'm talking about. Trump gave transparency in the healthcare industry. We didn't have it before, right? We used to have choices before Obamacare, right, came into effect. And when it did, right, they said it wasn't going to change. It changed where they were pretty much the United Healthcare and all this other stuff. You guys know what it is. It was nothing but another mob running everything, right? Because we didn't have choices. They penalized me. If you couldn't afford Obamacare, you would charge $400 a year, man. And that's fact, man. You know what I'm saying? So look at it. We have opportunities to be in charge of your own health care and choose your own doctor. Under Obamacare, you wasn't allowed to do that. He took those choices away. We used to have HMO and PPO. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I had both, right? Come on now. Eliminating long-standing healthcare disparities. We know, and that means even in the so-called black community, right? Because guess who else that was taking advantage? It was the illegal aliens. They were coming in here. They were getting free health care off of the back of taxpayers like you and me, right? This is why we had long waiting lines and so forth. We couldn't get the help that we really wanted for some of us, right? Because who was taking up all the resources? It was the illegal aliens, right? That's another thing, man. Investments into the cause and cures of kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, sickle cell disease, mental, mobility, right? And other diseases, right? That disproportionate affect African American populations. We have to ask ourselves this. Why does it hit harder in the black community? We know why, because it's a food desert, right? And whether this guy talking about Trump, he should be mad because the previous administrations that have allowed and set up these food deserts where you have nothing. That's why I mentioned earlier, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. We have all these places in the inner cities. We don't have choices of better food. Even when you go to some of these supermarkets, they don't look like us. It's very rare that I know a black-owned supermarket, right? is usually some ethnic person from another country. Do you absolutely think that they care about our well-being, right? Making sure we eat proper foods and fruits and vegetables. They're not even educating this stuff, right? I mean, it's just like same old, man, eating a whole bunch of carbs and empty calories. No wonder it's causing all these issues right now. Now, I'm not making no medical claim, but I got to safeguard myself. But there seemed to be a correlation between some of these processed foods, I'll just say that, right? Processed foods, right? And fresh food, fruits and vegetables, right? Look at this. You're not eating grass-fed meat, you're eating processed meat, right? Increase access to telemedicine and innovative technologies to empower patients with the flexibility and tools for better health. All this happening under Trump's policies and administration. The Dems can't claim it because they don't have it. When is the last time a Dem ever gave you policies that work for you and me? None. All they do is talk about Trump. How Trump is a racist and Trump this and that. It just gets old. It's tiresome and no proof whatsoever. I'm showing you the proof right here. You guys can look at it. You can pull it up. Public-privacy partnership to develop healthcare facilities in low-income areas, which they are and they have been working on. Defend religious freedom, right? The exemption, right? Look at this. To respect religious beliefs and always protect life. And Trump brought this back, right? You have a right to be a Christian, Muslim, or whatever. You don't have to worry about nobody running up in. This is why Don Lemon found out with the FACE Act, the Klan Act. We ran up in there and did that. And he's in the process of going to prison because they violated those people's rights. You can't run up in a religious house and do this. Guess who implemented this? Is under the Constitution. We have a constitutional president, which is Donald J. Trump. Safety and justice. Look at this. Safe streets, continue to make historic improvements. He's been going. Look at D.C. D.C. is the model. There's a lot of blacks, and y'all remember how D.C. used to be, right? Graffiti on the wall, smell like urine in places. The mall, well, even though it's beautiful monuments, but surrounding areas, it was horrible over there. Crime, drugs, and stuff. It was really bad. But guess what? Because of Trump, like he said, make historical improvements to criminal justice systems, right? Through common sense actions like First Step Act, including increase, right, use of drugs and rehabilitation versus drug incarceration. See, Trump, if a racist, see what the Dems were doing, we caught you with drugs, reincarnation, right? Or incarceration is what it is, right? And that's basically what it is. It's an evolving door under the left-leaning blue policies, right? They don't give a damn about you. They go out here and give you the drugs. You get on the drugs, sell the drugs, they catch you, and then you go to prison. It's an evolving door. That's the thing about it. Because they got to make somebody, see on the left, they got to make people a victim, right? And as long as you are a victim, right, and hate, and being a victim, nothing comes good of it. And the Dems use this because they always have manipulated people and race by using and playing the race card, man. It's over for them, man. This is the thing. What about this? Announcing a national clemency program to unite families and invest in human potentials, right? Focusing on wrongful persecutions and rehabilitation. Trump have already done that. This is why people have been let out besides Kodak Black. There was others. I think Lil Wayne got a pardon. I think he did. Yeah, Lil Wayne got a pardon. There's many other famous people, too, that was locked up. If it wasn't for Trump's policy, Big Meech wouldn't even got his behind out. Kwame Kilpatrick wouldn't have had his behind out. He'll still be in there today, right? Look at this type of stuff. And you want to sit up here talking about how much of a racist Trump is when you can't even name a policy coming from the left, especially with black folks benefit. You can't tell me because there isn't any. Right? Restoring safety to America's great cities by working with the police departments, community leaders, and mental health professionals to install the most responsive, professional, and accountable models, right? look at this, of policing, including diversity training and accredited standards. A racist is not going to be working on trying to train officers for diversity training. This is a lie that they have pushed on against Trump. Look at what's going on. You can just tell, though, this is terrible, ladies and gentlemen. They've been pushing these lies about him being a racist. See, that's why I was waiting on this for this type of stuff to come up, right? Because you kind of triggered me, man. And I've been had this information. I said, you know, it'd be a good time to bring it up. I want these blacks to come up in here because the stuff, you guys have seen it. The telemedicine programs that exist, even in the low income. Don't let these lying-ass DMs tell us otherwise, man. I know people that have used the telemedicine program. It's offered everywhere. It ain't just offered for the certain few. That's the lies, that the slick talk that they try to do. Advanced second chance hiring to get rehabilitated citizens with a criminal record back on the job. This is under the Trump administration. Even right now, you have the second chance program, right, for a person that has been incarcerated before, right? If a racist would not do this, you can't make this stuff up. This is the thing. Over here, we destroy their narratives out the water. They don't want to deal with us in this room. All they do is just put out propaganda and lies with no factual proof. And when they come up in here, I use my fact checker and shoot that down. So if you come over here, you better have your facts right and straight, right? That's the thing about it, right? Prosperous black communities. Champion what? Look at this. Federal policy reforms and advanced home ownership initiatives, right? This is another thing, right? That the black communities are going to have access. Before, you know who had access to these programs is these illegal aliens. They were getting the programs that should have been awarded to our people, right? You're going to have that now. You know why? Because this is why it's so important to have the no birthright citizenship. We're talking about it's only exclusive to us only as ex-slave babies. Trump said it. Trump was advocating for the birthright citizenship, but it was only for us, right? Not for these people coming in here. They didn't have no atrocity. And that's what we were trying to get rid of, right? Let's go further down. Partner with local leaders in the black communities to assure maximum federal support for neighborhoods rejuvenation, right? And I've been seeing that in some of these black communities. When you go into some of these black communities, you see what they call like these little parks, right? They when I was growing up, we had to actually go to the park, but they've been renovated. They look nice. They could play basketball. They know I ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? Because they do exist. And this actually happened, right? So, again, this goes back to you. I was waiting on it. I was going to catch them. I told you I was going to catch their behind in a lie. How about that, Lou Hawk Art? Wake your eyes up and stop being manipulated. They lied to you, right? Look at this. Make Juneteenth a national holiday, right? Trump made a national holiday out of Juneteenth, right? That's exactly what it is. Persecute the KKK and Antifa as a terrorist organization and make lynching a national hate crime. This is another thing. This is the stuff here right now that's happened. It ain't going to happen. It already did. What the hell are these people talking about? Who went after the Southern Poverty Law Center? They were over here manufacturing hate with the hate map. You know damn well, if you know no damn Ku Klux Klan, no Aryan Nation. Nobody said they don't exist. But how did they get so well organized? Because of the DNC, right? Along with they created that Southern Poverty Law Center, and that's what they've been doing. They've been fooling you, man. You've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. Fuel black farmers, right? And access to healthy foods to address the food disparity, right? We have a major food disparity. It's starting to take root. Trump have talked to the black farmers, right? We got a black co-op, right? Look at what's going on. We got black farmers right now, right? Before they were wiped out. Who wiped them out? The Democrats. And I remember all the racist stuff is coming from your party, sir. That's a fact.
favorable trade deals to bring back manufacturing jobs and help the black contractors, farmers, and inventors and consumers, right? Which show me where's the racism at? Defend religious liberty and African American churches that lift the conscience of our nation. Collaborate with cities and countries to address mental illness and substance abuse. This is the policy right here. The Dems can't even do any of this stuff because they don't have any. All they talk about racism, racism, racism. They don't do anything to get blacks out of the ghetto. This right here, this is why Trump is the greatest president that we have ever had. You can research this stuff for yourself. A lot of these programs that I have mentioned has already happened. Right? So while you've been lied to by the lying media and these old race hustling, ninjas and all the rest of them, this is the thing here. And this was off of who? Ice Cube's Contract to America, right? That's where this stuff came from. They collaborated, put this stuff together. Look up the old Ice Cube's Contract to America, right? I remember it. And they shunned that brother. You know, they didn't want to, the Democrats under Biden did not want to listen to what what's the name had to say, Ice Cube. You know why? Because the Democrats need the blacks hating whites and other people. They fuel off of it. They live off of it because that's the thing. They keep the crime in these low income cities high as possible, right? So they could say that they can get the funding because they've just been stealing the money. They don't care about your black ninja butt. They don't care about nobody. But the stuff that you're saying is a lie. You have been you've been lied to. Hoodwinked and bamboozled. You've been lied to. That's the whole thing. Because I didn't make this up. This is a policy, right? This is what the Platinum Plan. This has been implemented into the black community, and blacks aren't even aware of this plan at all. They're not even aware of it. That's the thing about it. I was waiting to catch him. Man. I was waiting to catch him. And I'm going to leave it up here, man, because it says President Trump's promise. And we know when Trump makes a promise, a promise made is a promise kept. To the black America over 4 years, this is going to be going on, and it has been going on, man. That's the thing about it. You think they're going to tell this to blacks? The lying media don't want you to know this stuff. That's why you never seen this before. You never heard of it before. And some of you until now. It's going to keep it real. You ain't know nothing about this, right? You ain't know nothing. You're racist. Trump racist. How could you? Now don't you feel foolish? This is why we wear the hat. This is why we voted for Trump. You can't give me a reason why I should vote Democrat when the Democrats have been oppressing us, lying to us, right, and keeping us economically down, keeping us health-wise where we had the poor conditions of health and everything else. You can't sit up here and tell me otherwise, man. And if you won't believe this, then you are the bigger fool than I say you are, man. I'm going to look at the chat here for a minute. Boy, I tell you, man, it's just sad. It's sad, man. It really is. It's just like Mr. Mikey said. Trump has done more for the black people than any other Democrat in history. They should be ashamed of themselves, man. They are the house Negroes, and I destroy them. I bet you won't come up here and debate me. I bet you that. Because it ain't even worth it. You's a fool. You's an idiot. Look at them, man. It's idiots, man. They just come up in here, man, and we hit them up around here, man. I know they feel dumb and stupid. These programs have been slow rolling throughout America as well as in the black community, man. That's a fact, Jack. You know what I'm saying? You could take that to the bank, right? I stand on this. We ain't holding this up. And then the thing about it is simply this. You got bots in this room. So with the bots And some of these other people, they could be from other countries. They may not even be an American, right? Then what they want to do is they are really just controlled opposition. But their party is in flames, right? The Democrat progressives are in serious trouble, right? And we are happy. This is heaven sent, ladies and gentlemen. Heaven sent. This is heaven sent, ladies and gentlemen. And we have to be very, very happy about this situation, right? Because we're looking at it. We know the policies coming from the Democrat socialists, right? They are destroying themselves, and I love it, right? Oh, my goodness. It's a beautiful thing, right? That's the thing, though, boy, I tell you. Right? Boy, I tell you. So that's the thing about it, man. Just by showing what the policies that have been rolled through by our president that we all know and love, which is Donald J. Trump. And as I said earlier, Trump has extreme power over the executive branch, right? Where he can fire people now in any of these alphabet boys, right? This is how you know God is really working, though, right? And I'm glad, though. I want him to get Amy Coney Barrett. I know he can't fire her, but her and John Roberts and these old low-down lying rhinos and the rest of them, but they got something for them in store. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it, boy. This is the thing. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, this destroys their narrative. That's why they can't see. They can just only call you names. I mean, call there a lot of stuff. Come on now. Does it look like I'm concerned about them calling me names? That only means, you know, the old saying goes, you know when you're above the target when you're getting flack, right? You know where that term come from, right? When you above the target, that's where you get the flack. And I know I'm right on track right now. Because my detractors and haters, they can't debate this stuff. That's why they just say, you stupid black man, you stupid. I've been doing this for a while, and they still ain't got nothing for me, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming from Ice Cube's policy that he implemented. I just demolished these people over here. Where's my explosion bomb up here, man? I just totally kicked they behind, though, man. Ain't that right, black guy 9 talking about your boy can cook? Boy, 7 with 1 blow, boy. That's the thing about it, man. The kiss of you-know-what death, boy. They ain't got nothing for me, man. Look at them, little whiny, little bratty, bitchy. Oh man, it's just clowns time for me. I know what I say, it's just clowning around with these fools. Right, you know what I'm saying? It's just clowning, man. These are clowns, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly what they are. Look at them crying. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Beta!
It's okay. Oh, it's okay, Dims. Don't worry, your party will be gone soon enough. Your party will be destroyed. You know who's destroying your party? It's the Democratic, you know what I'm saying, socialists. And we're happy for them destroying your party. They're actually making it work even easier for Trump and the MAGA supporters, man. That's the thing about it, man. Boy. Okay, he said, LOL. He said he got to go to bed. Well, go ahead and go to bed, old man. That's all good. Nobody holding you up. You know what I'm saying? You can go to bed, though, you know. Shoot. You know, looking older than me. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. I'm still a young guy. I'm still in my prime. What you talking about, man? I look better than you. I'm a lot younger than looking than you. Look at you. Yeah, you got to be careful when you throw stones now. You got to be right when you start throwing out that stuff. Look at you. That's why you got them sunglasses on, so we don't have to see those hard character lines. Black don't crack, baby. Yeah, I guess got to get into his, you know what, a little bit. Thinking you trying to clown me. We got Denise in the house. Hey, baby. There's a Denise Farmer, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, Denise Farmer, man. Welcome to the chat, Denise Farmer. Boy, where's my applause at? Yeah. Denise, go ahead, Denise. Good to see you again on here, man. I had a little problem with my audio earlier, but I got it taken care of now, you know. Oh yeah, we over here. I went down the list on Trump's policies that he's been implementing, especially in the black community. And they still over here. That's how you know Trump derangement is so sick. It's saddening. It's just laughable. I laugh at them because they're just joke. They're jokes though, right? Look at this. They come up in here, boy. Look at this. That's all they can say. They don't have any other reason. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Let's talk about there's a reason why Candace over. Candace Owens is through. Marjorie Taylor Greene is through, right? All the people you're naming. Tucker Carlson is through. Elon Musk ain't through. He wising up, not the rest of them. We don't rock with those people over there. You try to justify and you want to change the subject, though, peekaboo. You can't do it. Remember, you said we're going to keep your feet to the flame about you guys saying that Trump is a racist. And I proved and read his policy. Earlier, if you come in the room now, I was reading Trump's policies. It's called the Platinum Plan, right? The Platinum Plan. And you're right, though, black guy. Now, all the people he named are rhinos, meaning Republican in name only. But they're actually Democrat through and through. Right? That's the thing about that. So peekaboo, you done lost again, my friend. You know what I'm saying? Saying that he hates Democrats. We don't like any Democrat that stand with socialism, Marxism, and communism. This is the enemy to America. What we supposed to do? Kumbaya, embrace these people? They don't embrace us. They're trying to destroy America. And the people you name is part of that clique too. Right? That's the thing about it. You think that we ain't over here saluting Tucker Carlson. That's why I call him Tucker Carlson, because he cares more about. We know that he probably got paid. I mean, you know, it's obvious. Megyn Kelly, we know that they got paid. You left out Megyn Kelly, right? These are paid, controlled opposition, sir. That's the thing about it. We don't run with that group. That's why they left out the MAGA group and things, right? They left, right? We still here and gaining traction. Anybody that goes up against Trump is going to it's called political suicide. Just ask Thomas Massey, right? And Bill Cassidy. Just ask them. When they try to go up against Trump, what happened, right? They ended up committing political suicide with their to their careers because they wouldn't stand in solidarity with the other MAGA Republicans, right? And that's the same thing that's going to happen. Trump is so powerful right now. Go up against him, right? And see what happens. They know it. I'm talking about the rhinos and all the rest of them. They know it. They don't have nothing for Trump, just like these Democrat socialists don't have anything for Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to get Mondami because he's not even supposed to be in America at all anyway. He came over here illegally. We'll get him on the default of that, you know. We're going to get him on the default of that. And there's something else I've been wanting to talk about too. We're going to be talking about how the Chinese, right, when they have their babies, they come over here to America, ladies and gentlemen. They're over here doing a breeding factory farm of breeding American citizens because they already know because the Democrats, right? Because they didn't stand against it. They were for it. They said any foreigner coming to America and have a child that makes him a citizen, it doesn't. Because the parent got to be the mother or the father. It got to be somebody that's American that makes the children that's born here American. All this other stuff is lies from the damn Democrats, man. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, it's that they're just liars. Once again, we're going to overturn that too. That's going to be taken care of, right? Because like I said before, the way that they got the system set up, we're the only country, right, that allows someone that's born over here, they make them American, right? This is crap, right? So look at it. Look at what's really going on. So the Chinese women been having babies in America, right? And then what they do when they have the child, and I know Asian people. I got quite a few of them. I know them. There's even some of them that are friends. When the baby is born, what do? They send the baby back to China. So the baby can be what? Programmed by the CCP, government over there. And they'll raise them in China until they're 18, and then they come back over here as an American citizen. They are allowed to vote in our voting process, right? And this is what they've been doing. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been invaded another way. Not by guns, not by paratroopers, not by the Red Army. What they've been doing is that they said we have to do it within. And this is exactly what has been going on. They've been producing a factory, a baby factory, coming over here pregnant. Then they have the child. Then after they have the child, they send it back to China for reprogramming or to be, let's say, assimilated into their society. They come back over here when they're 18, right? That's how much power and influence China has over their people, right? And the Dems, they're not going to talk about it. Bernie Sanders love China, right? Who has a birthday over there in China, Tiananmen Square? Who does this but Bernie Sanders, right? Oh, my goodness, man. Thank y'all for the likes. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Boy, this is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we know that Bernie is what? A Democrat, a democratic socialist, right? He's one of the oldest Democrat socialists. Obama is a Democrat socialist. Kamala Harris is a Democrat socialist. Cory Booker is a Democrat socialist, right? We can go ahead and name them right down the list, man. These are Democrat socialists, right? If you disagree on one thing with them, they just kick you out of the damn party. I'm not joking. They want you 100%. You have to be for what? Transgender, mutilization for children, men and women's bathrooms, men and women's sports, right? This is all the stuff they stand on. Once again, we're talking about prisons. They say we're going to make sure that we remove all the criminals out the penitentiary and we're going to let them roll on the streets, right? We're going to take down these borders that Trump set up. So therefore we can have open borders where everybody can flood into the country, right? And then what they're going to do is that, what else they're going to do? They're going to just give out the free stuff and all the rest of the stuff until it dries up. Because the goal is to have a totalitarian system, right? Big centralized government, because we know democratic socialists love big government, but under the Constitution, we love small government. That's the difference between the two, right? That's the thing about it. We are not going to allow these Democrat socialists to take over America. It's not going to happen on his watch, my watch, and many of you guys' watch, right? This is why we have the Constitution, 27 amendments, right? We talk about freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the freedom of the press. Things that the Democratic Socialists hate on the left. They cannot stand it. They don't stand for our way of life. They believe in this communist, Marxist type of stuff, social programs and stuff like that, you know? This is a bunch of crap, right? And we know it's a bunch of crap. They want to put censorship. They want to make sure, they want to have China, because their goal was China was going to be the superpower, the new superpower, and everyone else was going to have to adhere to China, right? They were going to take over the AI, right? Make sure that people don't never have access to the truth, because we know that information have always been regulated, right? With Trump and the MAGA supporters and patriots, they are deregulating the actual AI technology and stuff. This is why there's a race to beat out the Chinese with the data centers in America, right? Because whoever controls, like I said before, AI, they control the information, they control the world, right? But these people here, right? I appreciate a US MC. Yeah, he said that is a fact, right? That's the thing about it. People got to learn to wake up. I know everybody is not there. You guys are there. USMC, a lot of you guys are there, man. You guys understand. Y'all know what's going on, man. You know, the thing about this is that when I get attacked, because they don't want you to know the truth. The Democrat Socialists is the enemy of the world, just like our people. That's why we're going to crush them. Once we win the midterms, therefore we can round them up. Trump already have absolute power for real in the executive branch, as he should, because we know, once again, it's constitutionally right? That's the thing about it, though, you know? So, therefore, the Democrat Socialists, those are the people right there, right? Because they're taking over the progressive, the old guards. Maxine Ward, Wicked West Warders is going to be gone. Chuck Schumer is on the chop block. Hakeem, the high tax, no dream Jeffries, he's on the chop block. These people are being eliminated out of the Democrat Party. They say they're not, aggressive enough. What does that mean? We know what that really means. They're not radical enough, right? They like these radicals, right? With all these BS policies and stuff like that. Man, I tell you, man, we won't win being fair. We're not going to be fair at all. We have the opportunity, right? We have the advantage. They don't. They don't even have the ear of the people or the heart of the people or the military. Trump does. You know what I'm saying? And Antifa will fail. Your street soldiers that's going to try to come out here and commit riots, they are going to fail. You're no match against the U.S. military. You may as well just go ahead on and stand down now, right? I got military people that rock with me, and y'all don't want to know what they have in store for you. You know, we're going to see how much of you about that life. We're going to see how much of you Trump haters go out in the streets and try to challenge the military and see what happens. And some of you are straight up cowards because we already know you rather have other people to do your dirty work instead of you doing it yourself. This is how much of a cowards they are. They just come on here, keyboard warriors and all. They ain't even about that life. They just sit up in here with propaganda. They probably being paid. Some of these people are being paid by Soros and them. They come in all these rooms, man. You don't think I know being backed by some type of dark money? You don't think we don't know? You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why they come in here and do what they do, right? This is crazy, man. Straight like that. But this is them. They don't have no policy. I'm over here I'm telling them about their policies coming from the far left. I mean, isn't that rich? I know Trump policies and their policies, right? Ain't that something? Who's the bigger fool? The one that don't know or the one that knows the policies? Oh, man. They can't even come in here and even troll a brother right. They over here just telling little 5-year-olds, you with that red hat, you big head. They don't even know. They don't even have no information. That's why they say these are the same people that's paid to show up at the rallies. These people are being paid, ladies and gentlemen, that come in these rooms. They're being paid. I've always said that, right? Because when you're a real person that's out here, if it was real organic, you would know what you're fighting for. How is it that they're fighting for something they don't even know what they're fighting for? When they've been cornered and questioned, they don't even know. I'm just showing up. This is why the No King's been a bust, because it was phony. It was phony. It's a phony, protest. It turned into riot anyway. They had riot gear. You might as well say, how do you have a gas mask? How do you have this stuff? They got the helmets and stuff freshly new. Somebody is paying these people to do this stuff, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man, this is terrible, man. Oh, my goodness. I'm just over here cooking them, man. Yeah, and while you cooking them in the chat, I'm cooking them on the live, man. We'll take turns, though. Black Guy 9, coconuts are real, and the rest of you guys that's in here. Big John, why are we even talking to the Democrats? I'm not talking to them we're only over here talking more to people that are, let's say, patriots, that love this country, Big John. That's who we really addressing. This is who we're really talking to, you know? We're talking to real people, right, that love America. Everybody, see, they don't even teach communism and Marxism. They don't teach that stuff in school no more. That's why it sounds like a new concept to the K-12 in college, right? We remember when they were teaching this stuff. They don't know nothing about communism, man. They don't know about Karl Marx. They don't know anything about this stuff. They don't know. It just sounds good. Yeah, attack the rich. Yeah, the billionaires, man. The 1% that's all they've been taught. The school systems have been left. Look at all the teachers, mostly women, white women, black women, and other, right? Look at them, right? Their so-called education, right? Teaching critical race theory, right? Teaching all this crap, teaching all this DEI stuff. They teach this stuff to K-12, right? This is why the kids are so jacked up today. This old safe spaces, sissy boys and soy boys, they ain't none of them bullies. Bully. One thing about we had to deal with bullies, but they never had to. They are creating incels, generation of incels today. It's sad that you got 20-year-olds that never been on a date. They never been out on a date, let alone with a woman.
Beta.
Oh my goodness, man. Some of them are even in this room, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's sad, ladies and gentlemen. Can your brother cook? I'm going to go ahead and cook him on down. We study the simmering, got the pot, got all the Democrats, socialists, and the progressives in the pot being cooked like gumbo. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it is, man. Cooking they behind like gumbo. Because that's what it's really a joke. They're going to come in here and put out and spread all these lies, man. We're going to get with them, man. These are clowns, man. That's the thing about it. They clowns. That's where they come up in here, man. They don't have no policy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Correct. Look at it, crybabies. Look at them. Mm-hmm. Boy, I tell you, boy, crybaby. Yeah, but you know the thing about it, though, man? We have so many progressives in here, man. I mean, it's sad, though. Old progressives and a lot of these Democrat socialists, man. It's really, really sad. It's really, really sad, though, man. Look at them over here crying. I'm talking about these alt left, far lefts, man. Boy, Boy, I tell you, these ninjas is something else, man. We just cooking them. Cook these ninjas too, man. Cook they behind. That's the thing about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's where the problem is, right? When we look at how our society has failed from grace, it has fallen from grace, right? And we understand the reason why, right? Boy, and we see it. AOC is a Democrat socialist, right? I know who a lot of them are. It's not like we don't know who you are. We know, right? Because again, communism is actually illegal to be pushing this type of stuff. This is you, not even on the border of treason. You are treasonous. When you understand with the Democrat socialists, you are committing treason, sir and ma'am. And so that you know, once again, these people are going to be dealt with soon enough. We're just going to let them make the job easier for us over here on the MAGA Republicans. Allow the Democrat socialists to go after these old guards, right? Go ahead and take them right on out. Make our job even easier, right? Because on the debate floor, we're going to cook them, right? When they got to get up here for the debate stuff, we're going to cook they behind, right? Because they have no policies that relate to real people. It's all about their feelings. It's all about offering free stuff, right? Stuff. And opening up the prison system, right? Having all these people run out of prison. They'll be overtaken, right? Be overran, right? With these criminals, these insane people that should be in an insane asylum. You got nutty people and rapists and other types of people. These are the people who they protect when they had the sanctuary cities. Let us not forget. That's exactly what it is. You better wake up. And right now and for the guys that are moderates and MAGA, we got a lot of moderates that's going to vote for Trump, even on this term, because they don't recognize their old party no more, right? And I'm actually glad that this is happening because this is a wake-up call for all America, right? So as many times they try to come in here and try to push this Trump racism stuff, man. Because like I said, I already read his Trump's promise to the Black Americans over 4-year plan. This stuff has been implemented coming on out. He's done more for blacks than any other president. Facts. Just don't let these paid people, right, that come in here, George Soros and all the rest of them, right, that's being paid to come in here to do what, right? To run confusion, to try to change the narrative, that's all they know how to do. They can't stand on a solid policy that benefit the American people. Because as long as they're getting paid, and this is what makes you a sellout, because you rather take the money, and blood money at that, instead of looking at it and saying, hey, this is a bigger problem here. And these people ain't going to be satisfied. And let's say if the Democrat socialist was going to take over, everybody's going to have a problem. We talking about bread, lines 2.0, right? Boy, I tell you, man, but we're not going to allow it to happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm very confident with this administration that we are not being overran and overtaken, right? At least I'm standing up for a cause. At least that I'm being a political and so forth, right? That's the thing about it. Politically, an activist and pushing, right, for us, right, as Americans to stand together in solidarity to protect this country, the red, white, and blue. See, they hate the flag, right? We're going to put the flag back up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling a little naked without the flag. Hold on for a minute. Because these Democrats, socialists, and all the rest of them, they hate the American flag. They hate it. They really do, ladies and gentlemen. They hate patriotism. Look at that big, beautiful flag there, man. They hate this, man. I'm seeing more people pick up trucks, cars that got the American flag up. I got to get me an American flag, too. Got to be on my to-do list. And that 250-year celebration, man, boy, ain't that a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen? We are kicking your behind because, once again, Trump had the ear and the heart of the people. You have nothing. Like I said, you don't have anything. Nobody's riding with Gavin Knucklehead Newsom. Nobody's riding with any of your so-called leaders, though. They all been exposed, right? We know what team that they're playing for, right? We got a real president that's fighting for the American people, and that's Donald J. Trump. Man, thank you so much, man. Put your life on the line, Trump. Family on the line. They went after this man political. They weaponized the DOJ, FBI to do it under Biden's administration, basement Obama. Ain't that right, though? And I'm going to be kicking this truth all the way up to the midterms. And when we win, we're going to have a big celebration. I'm going to get on here and do a live stream almost all day. We kicking the ASS. Boy, I tell you, man. Right? Let me see here. Let me see. I see a brother on here. Hold on for a minute. There's a hold on for a minute. Levert Spivey. I don't understand why we're not talking about the Democrat. What the socialists in the new Democrat Party hates America. Maybe you just came in. That's okay. Yeah, Levert, maybe you just came in at the tail end of it. That's all I've been doing all day, sir, is talking about the Democratic Socialists. That's what I'm saying, though, man. The party has already been consumed. They're pushing out their old guard leaders, right? Chuck Schumer is on the chop block. Hakeem Jeffries on the chop block. Maxine Wicked West Waters, Pocahontas, all of them is on the chop block. Now, maybe they could try to save their position by believing everything that the Democrat socialist says. You already heard me ramble down their policies. You got to be for what? We talking about ideologies of mutilization of children. That's number one. You got to believe in that. Number two, you got to believe in trans women. You can't call them men. And also, they got to play in men's sport. Transgender got to play in women's sports. We talking about men playing in women's sports, right? And also being in women's bathrooms. You got to believe in all this stuff. DEI 2.0, that's under their leadership, that's coming back, right? Safe spaces once again, right? Go after Trump. Impeach him, get rid of the Constitution, get rid of the filibuster, right? Move the military in. Look, if you ever read Communist Manifesto, all you got to do is read it and watch it, right? They're already taking control over the damn news. That's why some of these people believe in the left. You ain't got no party no more like that. You know it. You already know, Levert, man, there ain't no sense there. She's saying why we ain't. I'm talking about it. I've been talking about it for the past 3 days. Talking about the Democratic Socialists, because this is important right now, right? The Democrat Socialists and what they're doing, this is more important right now. right? What they plan to do is to take over America, right? And they're doing it a little bit at a time. If I'm talking about as far as their leaders, they putting them in place. They know they're not going to win the 2000, as far as the midterms, but they're already preparing for 2028. You understand this, right? They already got plans and stuff to do, right? As far as taking over this country. And we're not going to allow them to do it. As an American, it's your job to get up off your duck and get out here and vote. This is why we vote. Because if we don't vote, we won't have a country left. Mark my words, right? That's what it is. And we got reasons to be able to stop this. We got opportunity right now to stop this, right? And we already know that. I got confidence that a majority of the American people going to take their behind out to the polls and vote, right? It don't take much to do it. This is why the American Save Act is so important. Do you think that the Democrat progressives, the old school, old guards want that to happen? No. Definitely the Democrat socialists don't want that to happen either because they hate this country. And these people are vile, despicable. They are things that I will not mention because I'm on YouTube. But this is the stuff that you find in the dumpster trash can underneath the bottom. Rotten, stinky, and smelly, right? This is their party. Their party is stinky and smelly, right? And they want to spread this cancer to the youth. They've already been going after targeting the youth, right? The youth get up in here, right? It sounds like a great thing to them. Yeah, we got to get rid of tax the ultra wealthy, yeah, billionaires. They never talk about millionaires, though. They never talk about these people that are in a position now, Mondummy and all the rest of them, right? Well, we know where he got his money, his parents. He's a trust fund baby, right? Let's go and keep it real. AOC was a waitress, broke, when she joined on to the Democrat Party. And now they just award her. She's a millionaire. She got millions, right? How does that happen, right? And that's for the rest of them. How does that happen? How is it that she becomes $0 to $1 million in her account? How does that happen? Look at her district. Does she represent those people in New York? No. Her district is terrible. Same thing with Hakeem. Look at him. He's the minority leader. He know he's about to get he's on the ousted, right? Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you. Boy, I tell you, I got some brothers that's showing up in the room tonight. Brothers and others. Yep. William Martin with the hearts and the flag. Yeah, that's what's up. Big John says Democrats are boring. They're more than just boring, though. They're not even just Democrats. They're just Democrat socialists. Progressives and socialists, they don't even get along with each other because of policies, right? You got the progressives, right, and their push, and then you have the new people brought in by Bernie Sanders. Don't forget about Bernie. People be sleeping on Bernie Sanders, man. He is the father of the Democrat Socialists of America, man. I'm telling you, man, you can't forget about that man, right? I believe in MAGA. Yeah, we all do. Making America great again, though, Big John. Because what else do we have? You don't have no other party. And you when you've been in my chat many times, you already know what's going on. They ain't like the people. They ain't no independent. Who's an independent? There's no way an independent will win. You better have, and even if you have money long as train smoke, man. Remember Ross Perot, for those that remember, back in the early 1990s, right? Running against Bill Clinton, right? Remember that? Oh, my goodness. Boy, I tell you, man. But yeah, man, this is, yep. So this is it, man. This is mainly it. These are communists. And not all my detractors, are being paid. They have been misused, or I should say, misguided and brainwashed. They still think that the Democrat Party is the party of their grandfather. It's not. You ain't seen them talking about, working for the blue collar man. Blacks still believe that, and it hasn't been. They ain't been the party for the blue collar and trying to uplift you. They want to keep you in poverty, Keep, as Biden saying, we're gonna put you back in chains, you know? Yep, and that's exactly what it is. Not those kind of chains, but the chains on the mind. Keep you a loyal Democrat while you get nothing. Blame Trump for your misfortune, right? Which is, I mean, this is what's been going on. You've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. That's why you don't have anything when it comes down to a policy. I've been kicking butt on Trump policies all day long. That's what y'all saw down at the bottom right there. These are real policies implemented into the black community. And then they said they're not even aware of it. That's the whole thing about it. I've been aware of this. It was one of my friends that brought this to my attention. Shout out to Brother Dwight. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So this is basically what it is, though, you know. The people that I kick their behind on, I kick their butt because they have been brainwashed. They have from K-12, they don't teach about communism. They don't teach about socialism, I'm talking about, and Marxism. They don't teach this stuff. It was a reason for it. That's why these young kids thinking that they just discovered something new. They don't even understand what they're doing, man. They don't even understand, right? They have been lied to. And the Democrat socialists have already took off their friendly mask, and there's a monster underneath that face, right? They already expose themselves. I ain't have to expose them. They tell their policies straight to everybody. And if you don't agree with one thing, they kick you out the party. Facts. That's how secure they are, right? Because if they was really secure, right, they wouldn't kick nobody out the policy. I mean, out the party. But they kick them out the party. Why? Because they disagree with the policies. They're pushing an agenda. This is an agenda to take over America, ladies and gentlemen. And they've been doing it by replacing these old guard, what we call progressives, right? That's how they did it. With the help of Bernie Sanders, right? I'm watching you, Bernie. I'm already on to you. I already know you a commie anyway. You sound like a commie. They had remember that? When Bernie was running, this was the test. Bernie threw out a lot of communist, Marxist ideologies, right? And the young children, K-12, ate it up. The ones that can vote. Y'all remember that? Yeah, Bernie, yeah, we're going to have free. They did this on purpose to go after the youth. And many of you youth, and like I said, I can't even get mad at them falling for it because they don't teach socialism, which is communism ultimately. They don't teach this stuff in the school no more. So they don't even know that they're being lied to and manipulated. It just sounds good. They dress it up. But we know communism, and some of you guys that have lived in a communist country before, you smell it right away. You know, some of your parents that were immigrants that escaped from communism to come to America, right? To have freedom, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You can have a business. You can go to school. You can buy a home. You don't have to worry about big centralized government. Yeah, you're all going to be in the cookie cutter home. Yep, you're going to be on that bread line or whatever. Certain people going to be working certain jobs. People that been in communism know this stuff, right? This is the thing, though, man. We kick they behind, right? When it come down to the facts and policies, right? That's the thing. They just want to paint me as some ninja that don't know what I'm talking about. And they know that I get in their butt because I'm very well aware of what communism is, right? Because it was taught when we were going to school. They don't teach it today. Why is that? That's why I say you can't really be bad at a lot of these kids. And see, CRXR is back in the house, man. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, we got some beta male brothers in this house too. And some of them are old that should know better, man.
Beta!
Yeah, they should know better. But that's the thing, though. They go rah-rahing, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, man. See, it makes more sense for the youth, you know, to accept this socialist, Democrat, socialist BS stuff because they don't teach it in the school. You know, they think that they're telling you something. Yeah, the billionaires, and they the 1%, and we the bottom half of they learn this stuff because this is the stuff that they're teaching, right? They teach them to hate America, right? That's the whole thing. Whole critical race theory crap stuff. Get blacks more angry, right? Get whites to apologize, right? Right? They weren't even smart enough to say skip an apology. Shit, what about some reparations, right? That's how silly they are, right? But here's the thing, though. Reparations is not going to happen. Democrats were the ones that offer you reparations, not Republicans. Republicans going to say this: we're going to teach you how to fish, so therefore you could better have opportunity like everybody else. It was the Dems that offer you reparations, right? You even got right now H.R. 40, right? You pull that up, it's a study of reparations. That's it. But you know what they do? The dangling carrot. I heard about that crap in California. They actually believe that they're going to be getting reparations in the state of California. This is a country. This is we'll call it a country, right? California, right? The blacks actually believe that they're going to get reparations out there in California. When a lot of big businesses, right? They're losing their tax base, right? I mean, it's just crazy. How the hell they going to be able to afford to pay blacks reparations, right? But they use this as a dangling carrot. This is why you have a lot of these blacks, especially old school blacks, they still running around. Yeah, we're going to get our, we'll see what the Democrats do. They're going to give us our reparations. It's Trump and the Republicans that's blocking it. It's them that's blocking it, They just playing them, man. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I tell you, man, this is crazy. That's the thing about it, man. Boy, I tell you. So that's why I say Stewart in the house. Stewart 2004, boy. Go ahead, Stewart. Yep. No, I got about knowledge about people. I didn't see you in here earlier. Yep. What's that? Fucker Tucker wants to start a third party. He ain't going to be successful, though, Denise. You know it and I know it. You know what I'm saying? He think he got a lot of popularity. He only have the misguided, the old rejects of the Democrat Party. It's not going to be enough because already they got to deal with the Democrat socialists and things like that. They got the bigger purse than they do. How they going to be able to push another party, man? And where they going to get the money from it? Unless if it's deep state money. It could probably happen, though. But it's going to be some dark money backing things, you know what I'm saying? But Blaine, let me tell you something, Blaine. You can't even get on my level, though, Blaine Buckmaster. You may want to change that name, though. Buttmaster is what I call you. Buttmaster. Blaine the Buttmaster. B-U-T-T, sir. Buttmaster. Because you always kissing the liberals' butt. And that's why your party got overtaken by Democrat socialists. How you like that? The old school is going out. You're going to have something more of a threat to deal with than we're saying. You think you got something bad with Trump? You an idiot. This is what I'm saying. These people right here, right? You's an idiot. If you knew any better with your beta male stuff, we know that you ain't getting down, incel you. What you playing, PlayStation?
Beta!
Boy, I tell you, man, that's exactly what it is. Go back and play your PlayStation, man. We know you ain't getting down with no women. That's the thing about it, though, man. Liberal men have a hard time dating, getting out here with women. Yep, conservative men don't, right? When the ladies in this room that's conservative know that. So why you talking crap? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right, though, Stuart. Mail-in ballots help the Democrats what? Cheat. It always have, right? This is why it's important to push the American Saved Act. And it's going to happen, man. The American Save Act. I love saying American Save Act because the people that are against it is the same people we're fighting against right now. They want to destroy America, man. So again, Buttmaster, Blaine Buttmaster, you better figure out what side you on, sir. That's the whole thing about it. Yup. He said, Joanna says, this is a sister here. He said, Google is free. You know who control Google? You act like Google is like an open, free source of information. The stuff I'm talking about, Google ain't going to talk about it. What you think? Information is controlled, sweetie. It ain't open like you think it is. This is the reason why we pushing for AI and to be the leaders. So therefore, information ain't being compromised like it was before, right? You up here believing the fake ass news or whatever, you got a problem. We already know where you coming from because you don't read. The stuff I'm talking about, you don't know. I can tell you don't know, right? You don't know at all. You just up in here being black and dumb, low IQ and all, like most of them, right? Take a special type of person. And it shouldn't have to take a special kind of person. But low IQ people, they knuckle dragging people, they just go along and get along with the status quo. Especially in the black community. There ain't too much leaders in there. Everybody too busy following each other, right? That's the thing. You afraid of being called out of your group. It's straight up. That's the whole thing about it, man. We don't need weak women and weak men. We need strong men and strong women. We don't need no damn beta male. We don't need that. That's her problem. She don't read. Sitting up in here, Google is free. You sound like an idiot. I'm not upset about her calling me an idiot, but it's just the thing about it. I've heard all this stuff before. That's the thing. Oh, we got Granny's garden. Granny's garden is in the house, y'all. There's Granny's garden. She's back again. Boy, I tell you. Let me go ahead and do my little, there's Granny's garden. There she go. Yep, Liz made the rules and now don't want to live by them. You right about that. She's a granny and she's a conservative. That's why she's married and got a family. She's got grandchildren now, got a beautiful home, I bet you. They care about, these are the things here, boy, I tell you, man. Yep, boy, I tell you, man. That's why they crying, though, man. They over here crying. They upset with me, trying to attack me, trying to cut me down, man, when I did this, I already know that they were going to come in here. Your words don't hurt me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names would never hurt me. Remember that? And that's one thing about it. I ain't never been afraid about a person calling me anything. Because that means that I'm winning. They ain't said one policy. They can't even defend this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. They just over here just rambling and talking. They can't defend it. How you like my new camera, by the way? Boy, I'm crystal clear. Look at that 4K. Boy, they seeing me in 4K. Boy, look at that. Boy, got that beautiful bag of hat on, man. I tell you, man. Look at that, man. Woo, man. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. I always forgot about that. I've been testing my new camera. I really came on here as a test. But you know what? It worked out. It worked out. Look at that, boy. Boy, it's looking good, ain't it? Yeah. Yeah, the boy looking good. Boy, look at this. Real men get out here and work. Real men don't make excuses. Real men don't bitch about their problems. They get out here and do the damn thing, right? And that's what we do. We don't get no cooking. We don't expecting an award. That ain't how it work. You're supposed to get out here and make something of yourself, right? And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Please like, comment, and subscribe, please.
I appreciate it. Coming from Shalandra. Thank you so much, Shalandra. Yep. So yeah, Sean, yeah, there we go. Isaiah says, I like your chat. I like your new camel. It looks awesome. I think you meant to say channel. I was thinking about something else. But I appreciate it, Isaiah. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I appreciate it. Black Guy 9 says, I can see the reflection in your glasses. I know, right? That's what's up, man. I'm staring at a screen here, a computer screen, boy. That's looking good, ain't it? Beautiful flag, too, boy. Look at it. I'm coming in crystal clear, man. Even my audio is fire. You know what I'm saying? I got to get that sound bite. Fire! I got to get that, Oh, my goodness, though, man. I got to put stink meaner on there, too. I got to do stink meaner, though, Oh, man, I got Little John stuff on here. Yeah. Let me see here. I ain't played my Little John sound yet. Y'all remember Little John, Yeah. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Black Guy 9 says super clear. Yeah, it sure is super clear, man. You can tell the difference from my other ones, man, and things like that. You really could. I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty impressed though, too, Boy, I tell you. Let's see here. Yep. But yeah, sometimes even I show the other one here too. That's me at the worm's eye view, looking like a radio, That's how they be though, Stay tuned for What's in it for me? FM radio, light radio, where we be playing the oldies. I don't know about the oldies, but we're playing the old classic hip hop, Boy, we're gonna be playing DMC, Run DMC, Houdini, Curtis Blow. We got million of them. I'm just joking. Oh man. Yeah, it's looking good though. Looking good. You can see the quality difference too, You can see from was it high definition? Right here too. High definition. Boy, look at that, boy. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Moving up in the cyberspace world. Yeah, I know, Black Guy 9, aren't I? Moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky high. Yeah, boy, we're moving on up. Yup. Yeah, that MAGA hat is popping with that red, too. And then, I picked this little red foam thing, too, purposely, This for my trolls, though, too, because I get them excited, boy. They get upset. They said, this black man here, boy, look at him, man. He got the American flag. He got the MAGA hat on and everything. Oh, my goodness, man. What the heck? He's a sellout, a coon, right? A Mr. Uncle Ruckus, boy. Look at it, boy. They're looking good, though. Look at that, boy. I'm over here admiring myself, though. That's crystal clear. But you're right, though, Black Guy. You can see through the reflection of my glasses, boy. See my setup. Mm-hmm. That's all right. All right, though, Mm-hmm. Look at that. Super clear. Yep. But I appreciate many of you guys coming on here tonight, though. I got to go ahead on and drop down. I got to go to work. But that's all right, though. I'll be out here late, but I got to work. Got to work. Boy, that looks good, though. The American flag, though, too. I think we cooked them, though, Black Guy 9, man. Coconuts are real and all the rest. Let me see here. Howard was in the house earlier. Let me do my mod squad shout-outs. I got my mod squad and my members.
I would like to give a shout out to the mod squad, starting with Black Guy 9, Jason Beatrice, that is a member, Brian Reedy, that is a member, Coconuts Are As Real, that is a member, Stewart 2004, Texas Jane with her 6 shooters, that is a member, Man USA 1, that is a member, Domish 3332, Denise Farmer, Cheryl Schultz, Dana, Slicknick 68, Not Your Mama But Joe Mama, that is a member, Omega, Howard, special thanks to Tanya Zimmer, and Paul Ace.
Yeah, guys, I might be adding more, and more you guys are going to be on that list, too. I'm going to be putting you on there. I was going to put you on there and things, man. Oh, man. Big John, I got to get you on there. There's a few of you other guys I got to get on there, too. Give my shout-outs, Yep. Yeah, thank her for doing it. I appreciate you, Shalandra. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you guys rock, though. I appreciate y'all showing up, coming in and showing up and showing out. I talked about it earlier. I had bad audio. You guys had just ignored that other audio. That other live stream I did. It was echoing. I heard. I said, I got money. I'm going to end up erasing it. But I was over there talking about Gavin Knucklehead Newscomb, right? That's another thing, though, too. We talk about him and his wife. The Girls Entertainment LLC, Girls. We talking about Mrs. Garrett on Facts of Life, Every time I think about this Girls Entertainment LOL, what is this, like strip thing or whatever? But it's supposed to be a non-profit organization. And they owe a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. Not owe, but they spent a lot of money. And the money was supposed to be, he was shaking them down, said, yeah, you need to invest in on my wife's thing. I can, wash you wash my back and I'll wash yours. That's where those terms come from, though. It's a political term. That's where that stuff come from, ladies and gentlemen. Right? This is exactly what they've been doing. And they've been tracing the money, too. Gavin Newscomb is cooked. I'm going to tell you, though, because if this has been going on for real, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, though, man, I don't want to be him right about now. I tell you that. We're talking about Gavin Knucklehead Newscomb, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, Gavin Knucklehead Newscomb, man. I tell you. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and do this here. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all showing up for the show. Y'all been great though, man. Y'all really have though, man. So yeah, let me see. Do I want to talk about one more thing? Yeah, I'm gonna just do this real quick about Gavin Knucklehead Newska, man, before I go, because the other audio was horrible earlier. But let me see here. Looking at it right now, Gavin Newsom went public claiming the Department of Justice under the President Trump is targeting him and his wife, Jennifer Cybele Newsom, right? Purely out of revenge. That's what he said. He even sent out fundraising emails to fight the so-called vendetta, right? That's what he did. Classic move, right? He played the victim while the spotlight was on your family's finances. This is absolutely what happened over there in California, right? But here's where the reports actually is saying. Jennifer Cybele Newsom's run the representation, right, project, and a nonprofit focus on gender justice, right, and fighting stereotypes through film and advocacy, right? Let's look at this. Over the past decade or so, that nonprofit has funneled over, guess how much, ladies and gentlemen? You won't believe it, but $1.5 million. Some reports put the combined total for her and her production company close to $3.7 billion to her profit company, which is called Girls Club Entertainment, LLC. Boy, what is this? The dun dun dun. What does it sound like, a strip club or something? That's for things like licensing her own documentaries, producer fees, and her salary as chief creative officer, right? Which clocks in around $150,000 a year. Damn. We're talking taxpayer influence money. Behaste payments from donors who have business with the state of California, flowing into the nonprofits tied to governor's wife, and then circling back to enrich the family. The federal investigators are reportedly digging into these financial ties, conflicts of interest, and tax matters. Not exactly a random witch hunt, more like following the money where powerful politicians' inner circles is involved, right? Newsom's office and defenders called it retaliation because he's eyeing the presidential run. That's all, Newsom. That's the only thing you have to say, Gavin Knucklehead Newsom, right? Because he's not even saying that's not true, this what happened. He just said, oh yeah, he's just coming after me because I'm running for president. That don't make any sense. And it wasn't Trump that went after you, fool. It was already Biden. Biden already started an investigation on your behind in his administration, right? Trump is just following through on the rest of it, but it was already going down. But let's be real. This isn't a new scrutiny. Watchdogs and media outlets have been raising red flags about these arrangements for years. That would be the Biden situation. Donations for companies and tribes like stakes before the state, right? Government, big salary and fee payouts, and charitable funds. Nonprofits are supposed to serve who? The public, not function as a personal ATM to connect elites. And that's exactly what's been going on, ladies and gentlemen, according to the California Globe, right? This is exactly what's been going on, man. This is exactly what's been going on, boy, I tell you. But let me get on out of here. I just want to give you guys a little of that information. There's a lot more, but I got to get out of here. But folks, this isn't about, actually, this is actually about the left and what they've been doing, right? It's all about holding our leaders, what? To the same standards they preach. No one is above the law. Before I go, if Gavin Knucklehead Newsom and his wife have done nothing wrong, great. Just prove it, right? But don't be up here crying, talking about witch hunt while the feds examine potential self-dealings, right? That's what they got to prove that they haven't been doing self-dealings, right? This is not leadership. This is deflection. straight like that. America deserves better, right? On this carousel elite circus. We need accountability, real solutions, and leaders who put America first, not their family bottom line, right? What do you guys think, right? Is it legit, right? Is this a probe or is it pure politics? Drop the comments down below, share the episode, and hit that subscribe button. You guys know what to do, right? If you're digging the truth, right, or truth telling, consider supporting the show. Links down below where the subscriptions are, right? Boy, I tell you guys. So yeah, let me do that. And I'm going to do one more thing here and then I'm really out. Let me go ahead and put my sponsor back up because I haven't been doing my sponsor thing lately. Haven't been getting billed lately either. Let me put it up. Oh, it's all good. Okay, there we go. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Ralph, right? So here it is. So the social media posts done daily. YouTube, Instagram, X, grow followers. You want to get in contact with Mr. Ralph. Mr. Ralph will help you a one-on-one consultation for free. And he will ask you questions to help you grow followers. If it's shorts that you need, or you just need a script, or just some advice, tutelage, please get in contact with Mr. Ralph. This is what I use, who I use to help me grow my viewers. So do not delay. Get in contact with Mr. Ralph. His email address is listed here. So this is something that you need if you are interested in becoming a content creator. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, do not delay. Think of Mr. Ralph for all of your content creation needs. And there that is, ladies and gentlemen. So on that note, let me go ahead and get the Star Spangled Banner back up. That was sponsor Mr. Ralph and stuff like that. So yeah, so don't delay. Get in contact with Mr. Ralph today or tonight. All right, I appreciate it though, guys. All right, so let me go ahead and put up that Star Spangled Banner. And then I'm out though, you know, boy, where my Star Spangled Banner at? I got to get that going. And, but yeah, man, you guys have been great and things. So, we got to put that back up. Why did I got to take that down here. Yeah. The American Saved Act, boy, I tell you. All right. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do that here. YouTube. Got to go ahead and pull up Star Spangled Banner again, man. It's a beautiful thing. All right, let's see here. Boy, I'm over here in 4K, man. That's what's up. It's about time, man, they go in 4K. I held it off for a long time, man. A lot of other people got 4K. Let me see a banner. And copyright, because this is a copyright-free one. And this piece is sung by the beautiful Ashley LaRue, or pickleball tournament, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what it is. And we're going to go ahead and play that. I had to cue it up. And now that I have it queued up, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with the American anthem, man. I appreciate you guys for being part of the show tonight. Some Random Guy Speaks, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Boy, with the 4K and all. Got my audio on fire, everything on fire. And I appreciate my mod squad and my members and my people, my return viewers as well, too. Boy, you know who you are, like Big John, and there's quite a few others that show up. Bud Russell, you know. Oh, yeah, you don't think I forgot about you guys. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The lovely, she was in the room earlier. Wait a moment. I got to give a shout out to, where was she? Where did she go? Oh, yeah, Grandy's. Yep, she was in here. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end it with that. And I'll see y'all all tomorrow. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out. All right, let's go ahead and move that right there. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and play it. There we go.